Wait, do you ever get disappointed when you're showing someone something for the first time and you really want them to get it? And
No,
they
not
don't?
at all. I think
Yes.
Oh.
Matt knew exactly where I was
Absolutely.
going with that question.
I'm clearly an Eeyore.
I'm probably Rue.
I'm a Christopher Robin with a Pooh Rising.
And then I get in a canoe and I'm like, Clairs don't like canoes.
No, they don't.
I'm afraid of this lake.
That's exactly what it was.
Ow.
It was a beautiful moment in our friendship. I was
literally in the middle of getting hers up and down the
Pathetic.
stairs. Ow. I was like, I'm trying to get my hair done. I'm like,
I don't think that's an accurate representation of my owl.
well, you were in such pain you couldn't see clearly. So,
Trauma.
Thank you for listening to the Last Will podcast. I'm Matt Young. I'm a theater educator and a parent. And ever since I lost my father to cancer, I have been mildly obsessed with death. This is my last will and testament. An unknown author once said, "The pursuit of excellence is a continuous journey." That's right, today's episode is all about excellence. It's a little different because we're joined by a special guest, and it's just me and the special guest. While Claire and Grady were out gallivanting around the world, I believe, seeing Joni Mitchell, my friend Tim Huber came in and had a beautiful conversation with me. You've heard us talk about Tim in the past. He is a close friend, and I can't wait to share this conversation between Tim and I about excellence. All right, now we're rolling. This is our soft entrance. Yes, this is the Last Will podcast, and yes, this is me, Matt. I'm here with Claire and Grady, except that Grady and Claire are not here, and I brought in a special guest. I've got a special guest for you people. That's how good I am to you. It's Tim. Hi, Tim. Just make sure that you're talking to that microphone, because I want to make sure that we get...
Sorry.
And it can move for you, too.
Yeah. Look at that.
You've heard us talk about Tim on the podcast in the past.
I've heard you talk about Tim on the podcast in the past.
But did we say good stuff?
Generally speaking, yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Phew. I don't think I've ever felt a bad thing about you, so I can't imagine the bad. It must have been Grady, who we learned last week is a right wing.
Oh. Well, I haven't heard that episode yet.
Yeah. It hasn't come out yet, but the truth of the matter is he's so right wing leaning. It's very, very uncomfortable. Claire wants me to say, even though she's not here, that that's not true, and I'm just making that up. I don't know. We'll see how he votes. Right?
We'll see. I have the absentee ballot sitting on my counter at home, ready to go
really?
in. I already voted, so.
You already,
I already voted.
but you didn't send it in, or you did?
I have not sent it in yet because it just came in the mail yesterday.
Oh.
So
I was thinking about doing that because I'm like in different precincts or something because I moved and I went to the wrong place last time.
Yep.
And then they fixed it up a little bit for me. And
yeah, fortunately last week I realized I'm not going to be here on election day.
you want to get it in.
Yeah.
I don't know if this episode, I'm trying to think of how many I have in the bank, whether this will be before or after the election. I think it's going to be before the election.
We're still hopeful.
Yes.
I mean, just in general,
yes.
we're clinging to hope.
You may be hearing us in a false feeling right now.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
We'll see. The one thing I know is that we will still be here.
Yes, it's true.
Life will not end, regardless of the outcome.
Look, I don't know that I believe that, but I appreciate you saying that.
So
you've heard us talk about Tim before. You said it was mostly good?
I don't know that I ever heard anything bad.
Oh, okay. I was going to say.
I'm just being facetious.
I don't think I've ever said anything bad.
Oh.
Well, because I haven't thought anything bad. I don't even joke about it. I should. Because you're like the perfect friend. We met doing Joyful Noise. And what's interesting about what we're doing today is we're talking about something that I think drew us together.
Yes.
And that's the idea of excellence.
Although I must admit I'm feeling a fair amount of pressure coming and doing a podcast substituting for Grady and Claire when the topic is excellence.
Yeah, well,
So
jump into the deep end.
I'm
one-
watching my ums and my ahs.
we are an and awe podcast, so
Yes.
don't worry about that. What I always felt, and what I say to people when they ask about the podcast is, I think that Grady, Claire, and I all play different instruments, and if there was the four of us, I would still say that. If it was Grady, Tim, Claire, and Matt, I would say we all still play different instruments, which is really nice.
So I'll play the triangle.
Yeah, if you want to pick up for where Grady leaves off, you can end with a fart noise, because that's really what Grady loves to do.
Yeah.
And Claire, who will hate me saying this, although I think she says it all the time, does the silent farting. So feel free, if you want picking up the slack for those two, fart away. Talk about excellence. So yeah, we met during Joyful Noise.
Yes.
And one of the things I think we connected on was our desire to do quality work, to be at our best.
Yes.
To give all our effort. I often say to my kids, I'll say to my students, like, your best is what's required. You don't have to be the most talented, but your best is what's required. And if you're not giving your best, then you have to.
There's a lot of pressure in that.
In giving your best?
Because what our best might be and what we think our best might be, what we think our best might be may not exactly be the same. I like to dig into that a little bit, but because excellence is something I aspire to, and yet I think it's the desire to aspire to it has caused me to not pursue it at times for fear of failure.
Wow. I definitely relate to that, but I think when I heard you say the first part of that, it felt like it was everything to me about excellence. And it's what I say to probably everybody but myself, for sure.
Yeah.
Is that to pursue excellence is to aspire to excellence, and it is not to achieving excellence.
Yes.
Because excellence can be it can be relative to whoever and whatever the situation is, but aspiring to your excellence is really like the key to it, and it's all I ever want from anybody that I work with. It is it's just trying to be your best. What I want from my kids, not their actual excellence, not the product. It's the process.
Yes. I mean, that's one of the things that made Joyful Noise so beautiful.
Yes.
Was that it was a team of actors and director who were pursuing excellence.
Yeah.
And the end result was beautiful. Both as received by the audience as well as the relationship between the people on stage and with our director.
I agree. I totally agree. And there was a different look when we went out to meet people after the show. There was a different look in their eyes than I had seen in a long time, based upon what I think was our dedication to the process and trying to be our best, and then what actually showed up.
Yeah,
we're
so great.
Well,
aren't we?
My conducting and my singing were not so great. I could not sing in that show because when we were in rehearsals, you and I were singing in the same range. I guess we were baritones.
We were supposed to be baritone part, the bass part. Yeah.
And Tim can sing for real, and Matt cannot sing for real. And so I would always look to Tim because he was like standing across from me, and so I'd know what to sing and where to sing, and so it worked. It worked. I wouldn't say it was good. It was good because you were louder than I was, so that part was good. But the minute you put us on stage and I couldn't see you, you were behind me. Not so good.
Yeah.
Not so good.
You conducted for us.
Yeah, well, that's what they said. Why don't you just conduct? You don't need to sing anymore? Because I'm literally standing in between the two sopranos.
Yeah.
With magnificent gifts from God as voices.
Oh, yeah.
Which absolutely gave legitimacy to our show.
Which includes Claire.
Yeah, Claire.
We should mention the fact that Claire and Grady were both
in the show.
In this show
I think
as well.
I hope they know. Maybe they know. Yes, Claire and Grady
Claire
did.
and Grady know that, you mean?
No,
they were in the show?
Yes, no, because Grady and I looked at our Joyful Noise chairs on Friday in Dracula and go, oh, those are our chairs. Oh, there's our Joyful Noise chairs. Claire knows, I think.
Yeah.
But Claire's voice and Ria's voice, these two sopranos who sing on a professional level, really gave our show legitimacy.
They were exceptional
because it was about that.
But that's really a beautiful way of thinking about excellence, though, right? I'm not saying you're not a singer, but it's not.
I'm not.
So talent
unless I'm auditioning with Les Poissons, I'm not a very good singer.
Talent and excellence. You can have excellence in an area, and it can look different for you depending on who you are based on what your talent is.
Agreed.
And when you have, I'm not saying you have no talent as a singer, but when you look at someone like Ria and Claire,
yes,
and that incredible talent,
yes,
right, their excellence for them playing an opera singer is different than excellence for me playing an opera singer.
Yes, absolutely,
right?
And, because your ceiling is different than their ceiling when it comes to that talent.
Yes, and so that relativism, as it speaks to excellence, is a nuance that is important to understand. Not only, and I think it's easier to understand that as it pertains to others and less easy to understand that as it pertains to yourself.
I totally agree. I also think my excellence in miming playing the harpsichord,
yes,
pretty much unmatched in local theater. I've not seen anybody mime the harpsichord, especially anybody who has as little musical talent as myself, to mime harpsichord was pretty impressive.
You know, because that's a skill that goes on people's resumes.
It is, and
harpsichord miming.
The award shows have not caught up with it, but when they do, I think they may call it the Matt Young
level of excellence, the Matt Young Award.
Yeah, the Matt Young miming
special
harpsichord.
achievement in harpsichord miming.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Okay.
So let's get to the.
Sorry, you're going to define this?
Yeah, I'm going to define it. Not me, but artificial intelligence is going to define excellence for us, and we'll see where we go with that.
So which AI is defining it for you?
It's ChatGPT.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, good.
The standard,
the excellence
of AI. Hey, we love you, AI. Don't destroy us. Excellence is the quality of being outstanding or exceptionally good. It often refers to a high standard of performance or achievement in a particular area, such as academics, athletics, professional work. Excellence is characterized by a commitment to quality, continuous improvement, and often involves striving to surpass ordinary standards. So, yeah, I mean, that feels like a textbook definition, a soulless textbook definition of excellence.
And sorry, I'm gonna keep coming back to this because this pops into my mind every time I think about excellence. But that definition points back toward an independent standard as opposed to excellence as a relative standard, right? So we identify we want to be excellent, we want to deliver with excellence, but maybe my excellence is less excellent than somebody else's. And how do you reconcile that?
Yeah. I mean, to me, it runs parallel to objective. Because, look, everything comes back to acting for me. My brain is small, and this is what I follow, and this is what makes the most sense to me. Objective individually, the individual objective is important in everything that we do, and then there's a group objective.
Yes.
You know, and so to me, those are the same things. There is going to be a standard for excellence that I want to set for myself, and then there is a community standard in which I think it's important that we are all contributing to.
Yes.
You know.
So the year, Joyful Noise ended the year of going back to theater after COVID for me, and
it was a busy year.
It was a busy year.
Yeah.
It started in December of 2021 and finished in December of 2022. It was 8 different shows over the course of that year. Some supporting parts, a couple of leading parts. It was so good for me after being in isolation for 2 years and not having an opportunity to flex those acting muscles, and or to work with other people, and
both for sure.
But looking back, it sort of headed. It started off really great.
Yeah.
It started off really great, and it's not that anything was bad, but there was that definite sense that not always were we achieving that group excellence. I love the thought of that as it pertains to excellence. Like, so I believe I pursued excellence.
Yeah.
Every time I was in a role, I was really working toward that, and I longed to work toward that group objective, and I'm not sure we always got there.
Right. And I think probably, and I wasn't in those experiences
No.
except for the last one.
Yes.
From my own experience, I'm imagining that the pursuit of excellence wasn't carried throughout the work.
Yeah.
I
Or-
want to
or-
say not on purpose,
No,
but
no.
no one wanted to be bad, but
No one's
also
gonna-
no one wanted to. Sometimes people don't want to put in the work to.
Yeah.
to do their best.
No, and I really doubt somebody goes into this saying, I'd like to go in this, and I really don't want to try very hard, and I just want to right. But there are moments where you hear somebody complaining because the audience wasn't responsive like I wanted them to be, as if that's the audience's fault, when maybe it has something to do with the way we're working together on stage.
Right. We're not working. We're not listening.
We're not listening. We're not interacting with each other. We're saying some lines that somebody wrote on a page.
It makes me think of, and this may be our first tangent, which is a staple of the Last Will podcast, but where does ignorance come into this? Because I find there are theaters that I'm working with that yes, they don't set out to put out a bad standard. They care about what they're doing. They want it to be good, but they also don't want to learn how to be better. They're old dogs not wanting to learn new tricks. Their ignorance is the thing that's getting in the way of their at least pursuit of excellence, because they're such arrogant gatekeepers almost.
Yeah. Well, that was in the second half of that definition, that this growth mindset, this pursuit of excellence expects to grow, expects to learn, expects to improve.
Right.
And I think that's a really key part of excellence. In some ways, you never arrive at excellence.
Yeah.
Excellence should always be that thing you're striving toward.
Even if I feel good about something, I would never call it excellence.
Right. But at the same time, you might look at somebody else and see their excellence.
Yes.
Right. And I think that's a really but the danger is to assume my insecurities. I stopped acting after high school and I never really did much in high school because I was afraid to audition, because I didn't think I could do it good enough, right? And so it wasn't until I was in my early 30s that I got back into acting, because the opportunities arose, and I remembered how much I loved it, and but self-doubt and fear of not achieving. I remember when the rehearsal I was in, where I had the epiphany that it's not expected to be perfect the first time in rehearsal, because that's what rehearsal's for.
Yeah.
And giving myself the permission to try something that doesn't work, and but it's that constant learning, that openness to improving, that openness to not being excellent.
Yeah.
Because if you don't try it, you'll never be excellent.
True. I think, and I think we've discovered recently that my dyslexia led me to accepting my imperfections early on, even when I didn't know it was dyslexia. But what you said made me think of my senior year in high school. We were doing A Midsummer Night's Dream, and we were very segregated in terms of the fairies would rehearse, and then the mechanicals would rehearse, and then the lovers would rehearse. And it became very, very clear to us that the mechanicals were third on the list, and that the lovers seemed to garner the most attention from our director. And so we were left to our own devices. Like, we had to come up with what we wanted to do. And so we just, as young performers, bonded over, I guess, the look at me syndrome. So every time we came in to do the play within the play, it was different and more outrageous. Every time we did the epilogue, the Bearmass dance, or Bergamass dance, I never really knew how to say it. I said it both ways in different productions. We'd come in with something totally and completely outrageous because we wanted to be seen. But we also weren't under the scrutiny of the lovers, who the director was like hovering over, trying to get all of that right. And that just created the way that I went about my work for the rest of my life, which is just make bold failures so that you could figure out what was going on. So failure to me outside of theater was death, but failure inside theater was life. It really was. I mean, I hate to wrap it up so neatly in a bow, but like, there are plenty of women who I had a major crush on, who I never said anything because I did all the dialogue work of what the scene would play in my head and didn't want to deal with any of that rejection. So I kept it all deep inside and gave me anxiety in my later life because of, in the theater, forget it. I mean, I just threw things against the wall with careless abandon and think it has served me very, very well in terms of being...
Well, was it safe? Was the or was it just the lack of scrutiny? I'm thinking about
lack of scrutiny.
Lack of scrutiny.
You know, I think for and then that felt safe, and so now I can't, like, for the most part. I mean, I will get annoyed with people who don't let me have process. People who are like correcting me out of the gate about things that are performance notes. Like, if I get performance notes in the first week when I'm trying stuff, I'm like,
right. That's not.
Understand how process works?
This is a.
Right, let me fall on my face.
Yeah,
let me do that for weeks before you start going, hey, you know, it has to be like this.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Like, because I do know it, but I'm also like going against the standard for it. In order to achieve the excellence, I believe, I need to follow the path of least resistance.
Right. Well, there's whether it's blocking, whether it's the way the lines are said, whether it's where your attention is drawn on stage, it all has to be genuine and real. I think this is before we started talking. You were or recording. You made the comment about someone you saw who had made the language their own.
Yes,
and how. I mean, that's a excellence factor right there, right? Yeah. Because somebody else is writing the script, and you've got to take those words and you've got to deliver them with meaning that sounds like they're occurring to you in the moment, and they're representing what's going on inside of you as well as the interactions you're having with whoever's on stage. And sometimes you have to like try it 6 or 7 or 8 or 9 different ways.
Or sometimes you have to break into song and it still has to feel realistic.
Yeah.
Or sometimes it's iambic pentameter.
Yeah.
And you have to make it
you have certain strictures you have to work.
Yeah.
Strictures a word.
Well, vocal
restrictions you have to work with. Oh, well, that too. That too.
Improv, we used to say, "Oh, this is a verbal restriction game, or this is a physical restriction game."
Yeah.
And none of it was really restrictions.
Right.
They were boundaries. It was an agreed upon whatever to make for funny.
Right.
Hopefully.
Right.
But yeah, there's all those elements go into the work, which makes it hard. Otherwise, anybody can do it. You know, and then you have to not be performative. You know, you have to not. If you're playing Madness, you can't. You know, like it's an Ophelia problem.
Right.
Is what I call it. If you have to play Madness, you can't just be playing with volume up and down and up and down, because people won't believe that. What is real madness? And then what is real madness to you? And all of those pursuits are what grounded in a certain reality, which are your obligations and whatever.
Well, even getting comfortable with the language, before you start moving, so that your movements, right? Often you'll see. I will not name names.
I will not name names.
But sometimes you see people where you can tell I have blocking and motions that match the words that I am saying, right?
Yep.
And there's a desire that somehow that generates more reality, right? Because I know what I'm doing, as opposed to being able to respond in an organic fashion, right? Not a pre-planned fashion. Even though there's words and blocking, right? This is why I love theater, and it's different every single time.
Yeah.
Because the time of day is different, the weather outside is different, your audience is different, the person you're acting opposite has, maybe they had a shitty day. I'm allowed to swear.
Yeah.
Yes.
Shitty, fucky, cunty, whatever you want.
Okay. I'm gonna
Okay,
stick with
fine,
the milder ones.
Fine, whatever you want.
Maybe they had a shitty day. Maybe they had a fantastic day. Maybe your day was terrible, right? But it's all different every single time, and the challenge, the excellence is coming to that and being able to integrate the reality of where you are in the moment with the predetermined words and movement that you're going to do, and somehow come out with something that feels real.
Yeah.
That feels real not just to me, but feels real to you as my scene partner, as well as the audience who is watching it. Right?
Absolutely. I'm gonna drop names. I'm gonna say names. I'm gonna drop them.
Okay.
Film director Mike Nichols.
Yes.
Who I studied with. Very, very lucky. My education was wonderful. Thank you all the teachers that I ever had. Mike used to say, look, as long as it's truthful, it works. You know, it may not serve the story in a greater thing, but as long as you're being honest and truthful, and honest, not having a positive or negative tilt to it, it's always going to be right. Because, I mean, he was a film director, so anything false, it didn't work.
Right.
Even if false served the story more. He wanted it just to be real.
Right.
So that's what he would teach us. He would teach us ideas about, or elevate the things that he felt were real as opposed to the things that felt either performative or less organic. So I always keep that in my mind, whether I'm directing or I'm acting, is if there's truth in that moment, often an audience will loop it into whatever the story is.
Right.
But that's what they respond to.
Yeah,
That's what the excellence is. Can you take that movement? Can you take the words? Can you do that in a naturalistic way, or whatever style in which the piece is asking of you? I mean, that's the difficult thing.
Yeah.
But it's a pursuit of, like, that's always a pursuit of, not
no arrival, right?
It's not necessary to look at its success, I guess. Whether it's excellence or not, I guess that you can.
Yeah, but you,
whatever.
Yeah. I'd like to think that we can that we can genuinely sort of recognize, though, when we've been doing that pursuit and have achieved something. I think we talk about the relativism of excellence, and at the same time, right, we don't all need trophies for participating. You know, we don't need a trophy to participate.
My kid got a trophy for going to prom last year. They gave trophies out.
Wow, that's great. That's great. But the award ceremony at the end, and I love it. And the desire to like build up the, to encourage by offering some kind of award, right?
Look, I don't believe in false praise. Like I never give out false praise to anybody that I'm working with, so that when praise is earned, it really means something.
Yeah.
And I think that's the same thing with the
I guess that's what I'm.
trophy.
Yeah. That's what I'm getting at, right? So excellence is relative, but that I don't think everyone can achieve excellence. They can pursue it.
Yeah.
But they can't achieve excellence all the time in everything.
No. I mean, I would think that if I ever achieve excellence, and I never really think that I do, when other people have told me differently, it would only be in the realm of theater or teaching or it's not going to come out. It's certainly not as a parent. Excellence is hard to achieve as a parent. All you can do is be thoughtful, I think.
Right.
I think to me that's success. I'm looking for success. I'm not looking for excellence in parenting. But all the other things, relationships, didn't work for me. Hasn't worked for me.
Yeah.
I can't imagine what excellence would look like there. I'd like to pursue it, but that's not always up to me. Work excellence, I guess, because I teach, sometimes that happens. But outside of this small little thing, I don't think I have a chance at excellence. But I do like to pursue.
Yeah.
To the best of my ability. You know, look, if I wanted to have excellence in like my health, there would be certain amounts of work that I would have to put in, and so I can't really say that I'm even trying to achieve my excellence if I'm not willing to put in that work.
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
I can't hope for excellence, is what I'm saying.
Right. I mean, it's you can read a book about how to ski, but until you actually go out and ski,
yes,
you'll never get good at it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. It's so.
I haven't even read the book, so it's awful.
Me neither. No, thank you. I have tried it.
I
probably should read a book.
Yeah.
Not my thing. That pursuit, I think, is a key part of it.
Yeah.
And the willingness to give grace to yourself.
Stop it.
No, all right.
Matt, no, you can continue.
To give grace
whatever.
to yourself that you're not going to get it right the first time, or maybe the 10th time, or maybe the 50th time.
That's true.
But pursuing it and learning and trying something new. So I asked Google last night.
Hey, Google. How you doing?
Give me some quotes about excellence.
Okay.
Just because I thought it would be an interesting
yeah.
way to understand some of it. So Aristotle says, "We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit."
I can't argue with that.
No.
It's kind of what I'm saying. Like, you have to put if excellence is on the menu,
yes,
you've got to do a certain amount of work. I'm going to mix metaphors because why not? I'm here.
Yeah.
I control the computer. If excellence is on the menu, there's a certain amount of work that you have to do in order to even come in the realm of possibly achieving excellence.
Yes. Another metaphor: until you step into the ring, right? You will never be excellent at whatever it is you do in a ring.
Well, I'll finish that for you. If you never step in the, what was it?
Step in the ring.
Okay, if you never step in the ring, you're never going to be able to eat off the menu of excellence.
Yes.
No.
Thank you. That qualifies as not an excellent use of metaphors.
Yes. No.
All right.
I did not do the work. I haven't read the books. And thus it was poor.
Yeah.
And my memory's poor because I couldn't even remember the phrasing that you just put out, 7 seconds ago.
Yes. Self-condemnation is another week, Matt. I don't know if you've done an episode on self-condemnation yet. No, but that's not this week. Every episode is
every episode talks about either pooping or not allowing myself grace.
Okay. Booker T. Washington.
Okay, Booker.
Another eminent individual. Excellence is to do a common thing in an uncommon way.
All right. I can't argue with that.
Different. Yeah. No, I don't think any of these are meant to be definitive discussions of excellence.
Just interesting how people are framing
that. Yeah. That's.
But it's also what I think he's doing, and I'll speak for Booker T because I'm an authority to. No.
Mm-hmm.
I think what he's saying is that it is achievable for everybody, and you don't need extraordinary circumstances to apply excellence to. Excellence just isn't saving the city from a nuclear attack. I don't know, saving the city from the Penguin or something because he's popular right now.
Yeah.
But it can be a small thing. It's like Claire always says to me, gratitude doesn't have to be the grand gesture. Gratitude can be, I have gratitude for the fact that sometimes cereal makes the best breakfast and it's easy. You can have gratitude for the little things. Next quote.
Yes. And actually, the AI also commented on these quotes. And I thought this was interesting. On Booker T's quote, it said, "This suggests that the way we approach common tasks determine whether we own them or simply rent them."
AI is getting a little metaphoric.
Yeah.
I guess so. I mean, that again, I'm not arguing.
So then Ralph Marston.
Okay, I don't think I know who he is.
Thank you. I didn't know who he was either. He was a football player.
Okay.
Before football players were multimillionaires.
Oh, okay.
So
the 70s, 80s,
50s, 60s.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Excellence is not a skill; it is an attitude. I think it's a little narrow.
Yeah.
It's
It
a little
definitely
narrow.
sounds like it comes from the 50s. It's a little bit bravado, a little more bravado than it is substance.
It's suggesting that it's more of a philosophy of life rather than something you actually pursue, right? Which then leads into Vince Lombardi.
Okay, I know who he is.
Okay, me too. I was very pleased that I only didn't recognize one person.
Oh, nice.
Perfection is not attainable, but if we chase perfection, we can catch excellence.
Look at you, Vince. I like that.
Yeah, but that. So I think, I don't know for sure. I didn't look at the timeline. I think Ralph and Vince were in the same sort of right.
Yeah.
And so there's. I like the way Vince put it better than the way.
Well,
Ralph
they named
put
a trophy after Vince. They didn't
name a trophy
anything
after Marston.
Yeah, Marston.
Then Colin Powell says, if you're going to achieve excellence in big things, you develop the habit in little matters.
Yeah, I think that's solid advice.
Yeah.
You know.
Right. Well, it's a habit of
doing your best.
Doing your best.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. I was searching for the simple phrase.
Yeah. Just try.
I was trying to do my best
at finding an answer.
At finding sometimes at least I didn't go And then the last one that I will read. I liked this one. The secret of joy is in work. Sorry. So I did not read that quote with excellence. The secret of joy in work is contained in one word, excellence. To know how to do something well is to enjoy it. And I'm not sure that our joy has to be limited to doing things with excellence. I mean, and joy is probably another topic.
Were they
for
talking
another
about
day.
though joy with work?
But she's specifically talking about joy in work.
Yeah.
But-
I understand that. I don't know that joy in life is
Right.
necessarily about.
But I
achieving
find
excellence.
my most joyful times on stage when I've collaborated with someone and it's been really good.
Yeah, I do think of that as work though.
It is work,
You
but
know?
there's joy in that. Yeah.
Yes.
So the work being whatever you happen to be doing at the time, right? I just don't happen to always get paid for
Yes.
that particular type of work.
Yeah.
I have other work that I
Get
get paid for that
better
sometimes
compensation.
I get. Yes.
No, we get paid in joy. That's why we need to. That's why we need to look for excellence.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, you walk away. There are times, Tim. There are times where I will walk away from something and I haven't had joy, and maybe have achieved excellence. So maybe that doesn't work for me all the time in the theater, because there are social elements to it for me that I think, and my look, I have codependency with people who are not my dependents. You know,
Okay.
so
Yeah.
oftentimes I will struggle with that codependency with
Comrade.
them. And although the work will be excellent and people will come back and see it twice because they liked it so much, I will pull out, though, my relationships and the struggle that either I had with the theater or I had with my cast, which doesn't happen very often, or with my codependencies.
I
color-
completely understand it, but
you know?
and I think that right.
And I want
so
programs.
The most joyful times are doing it with someone.
Yes. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Right.
And it's strange because I wish Grady was here for this this part of the conversation, because Grady gets great joy out of doing the work by himself and not
Okay.
including somebody else.
Yeah.
And I challenge that in him, that I think that his work can be better even if it is a single man's
Right.
pursuit, that the minute you let other people in, collaborators that you enjoy and trust and all of that,
Yes.
that it elevates it to real excellency as opposed to just what feels good. You know, because I know that in acting, what
Yes.
feels good isn't always good.
No, it isn't always good. It isn't always good.
Mostly isn't good.
Nope.
I could tell. Sometimes you watch an actor on stage, you go, "Oh, they're really feeling that.
So,
Oh, they're feeling it."
yeah, or yeah.
All right, let's look at some of these myths because myths are fun.
Okay.
Here, myth number 1: excellency is innate. Many believe that excellency is a natural
Really?
talent that only a few possess.
Who thinks that?
In reality, it often results from hard work, dedication, and perseverance. The artificial intelligence thinks that. I don't know that I've ever heard that.
I guess it's a myth if somebody believes it. 'Cause
Somebody has to. Survey
must.
says 0 people. Excellence means perfection.
No. No.
Some equate excellence with perfection. However, excellence is about striving for high standards, continuous improvement,
So-
not achieving an unattainable idea.
So I like that bit, right? So there is a certain level of quality that is inherent to excellence.
Yes.
But it isn't perfection.
No.
And the pursuit is also part of the excellence. Right? And the improvement. Yeah, no. I'm sort of restating what we've already said,
No,
but
but you're passionate about it because you see it in your own life, is what I'm assuming, or you see it in, like for our world, the stage and stuff like that. I think you can see when people put in hard work, whether they're great or not. I think you can see.
Yeah.
When they're putting a little extra sauce on it, and
Right.
in a good way, even if the choices aren't great, even if it hasn't made this unwatchable beast watchable,
Right.
You can still see
Right.
that, and you can still appreciate that.
So you can do something with excellence, but what the overall result is may not be excellent.
Yeah, success
Because-
isn't guaranteed through excellence.
Because yeah, interesting. So can something be? I guess something can be successful without being excellent.
Well, it definitely could, because
It depends on how you define.
I always say, and I don't know where I
success.
heard this, but like, successful doesn't mean good. There are plenty of successful musicals locally that aren't good, but they're successful.
Are they?
They sell.
Are they?
They sell tickets.
Okay,
They
so
make
they're
money.
financially successful.
People are bragging about it.
Yeah.
Audiences stand at the end.
Oh, don't get me started on that. Don't get me started
I just
on that.
witnessed it. It blew my mind. Success doesn't mean good.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
There are plenty of things that aren't good but are successful.
Okay.
Look, reality television can be very, very successful. It doesn't mean that it's good.
Yeah. No, that's true. That's
You
true.
know?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
The 13th and 14th and 16th, 17th, and 18th seasons of Grey's Anatomy may be successful,
Okay.
but it doesn't mean that they're good. I don't know Grey's
I don't know.
Anatomy.
I
don't mean to
stopped
take
watching
shots
Grey's
at you.
Anatomy.
Probably when you thought it sucked.
I don't know. It just feels like 26 episodes a year. I don't know. That's just a lot.
They
That's
don't
a
do it
lot
anymore.
of stories.
It used to be everything, though.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
Nothing could get away with less than 22 episodes.
Yeah.
13 episodes was...
I mean, this is another tangent, but I'm loving like Slow Horses.
Yeah.
6 episodes. And even that sometimes feels a little bit like maybe that could have only been 5.
Jumped off some of the espionage. Well, I'll check it out. I started to watch the first episode, and then I just haven't gone back to it. There's so much
to
stuff
see.
out there.
No, I know that.
But I do like the 13 episode, the 10 episode, 8 episode.
Yeah. Well, you know who
6
used to,
sometimes
you know
is
who
a
used
little,
to do
a lot
that?
more.
The
Brits.
The Brits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the original Office? Was 6 episodes, 6 episodes, and a Christmas thing.
Yeah. French and Saunders. 6
Exactly.
episodes at a time.
Even though Grady's not here, I knew French and Saunders would come up.
I couldn't resist. It's my love letter to Grady.
In tribute to my sister, who loved it as well. It was her birthday yesterday.
Oh, did she love it?
She did, yeah. She
did not know that.
And absolutely fabulous.
Oh, yeah.
She loved that stuff.
I found Absolutely Fabulous because of
Yeah.
Jennifer Saunders, but French and Saunders was my first love.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
it's a reasonable love to have because it's excellent. It's so funny. It's funny in a different way.
It is.
You know?
It's in an uncommon way.
And that's talk about excellence. Like they never. I'm gathering as I stumble through this that they never felt like they had to please everybody. They just had to make the humor that they thought was funny, and because of that, the people who I respect, who understand funny, find it really, really funny.
Yeah.
So
All right.
excellence is only for the elite. Go fuck yourselves. That's not true.
Really, people? I
Yeah.
guess some people believe
The myth is
the
that
elites
only a
of-
select group of people can
elite,
achieve
maybe the
excellence.
elites.
Well, look, if you're
consider
talking
that.
about Olympians, yeah, there's an elite
that-
group of athletes who
Yeah.
have dedicated their life to
Right.
their sport and can find excellence. And then there's also athletes who have become Olympic athletes who have dedicated their life to it, who don't walk away with a medal. And it
Right.
doesn't mean that they haven't achieved excellence either.
No, that's true.
So success and all of that.
That's true. Yes. Excellence does not mean you have to be the absolute best.
Right. Since we're talking to Olympians, hello to Scott Doney, silver medalist for Barcelona in the platform diving. Yeah. Scott and I went to acting school together
Oh,
after he had won
Oh.
and placed 4th in Atlanta. And you always, it's so funny because you always think of a Olympic athlete to be a certain way, and Scott was not that way. Not at all. Love you. Excellence is a destination. Sounds like a song. Many think excellence is a final goal, and in reality, it is an ongoing journey. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Stupid phrasing, though.
Yeah. Perfection is a destination that you can never get to.
Yeah.
Excellence, I don't know.
Excellence is it's a journey.
It's a journey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellence requires sacrifice of personal life.
It may. Is that saying that's a myth?
Yes. Some people believe that achieving excellence means sacrificing personal time or well-being. However, balance and self-care are essential components to sustained excellence.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you're certainly not being excellent in your personal life if you are sacrificing your personal life for the pursuit of something else.
Well, isn't that like obsession? When you're sacrificing something totally and you're neglecting everything else, that's an obsession. That's not like excellence.
I didn't.
Where's the myth about excellence and obsession? Like you can't be. I don't think you can be obsessed by something.
Yeah,
and there be the
no.
cost of all those things, and really think about that as excellence. I don't know.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
Obsession. I hadn't thought about obsession.
Excellence is always recognized. Well, no, nothing is
What?
always recognized.
I don't
There's a
think so.
notion that excellence will always be acknowledged and rewarded. While recognition can come, it's not guaranteed. And intrinsic motivation is often more important. Well, that's true. Like you can't do it for the rewards. You can't be in pursuit of excellence. You can't be in pursuit of your best just because you think somebody's going to either give you the trophy
No.
or pat you on the back
That's
or
the
recognize
That's
you as...
the whining at intermission because you didn't like the way the audience did or didn't respond to you.
That's true.
That's a pet peeve of mine.
Yeah. Well,
I would
instead of trying to make the joke, why don't you just say the line for crying out loud? Just say the line.
And if it doesn't land, it doesn't land.
Yeah, but if you just say the line, there's a better chance that it will land.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Don't ask for the laugh, ask for the water or whatever. I think Aaron Sorkin wrote that in Studio 60. You're not asking for the water anymore. You're asking for the laugh. Excellence is only about results. I mean, no, I don't think so because we've said this whole hour about pursuit.
Yeah.
You've got to pursue it.
Right. And you have, there's excellence that's viewable by others, and then the excellence that you only can identify in yourself.
Well, like, look, this whole podcast in some way is for my kids, our kids, people who, I don't know, can learn through our whatever mistakes and all that, mostly for my kids. And I think what I want them to know more than anything else is that, like, it's not about receiving the prize at the end. You don't do excellence. Like, excellence isn't going to be repeated in your life. It's not going to be a part of your life if you are waiting for the prize to happen each and every time. Excellence has to come from your self-motivation of wanting to do your best. Like my eldest, he wants to get good grades because he wants to get good grades. Like that's the thing in him. Like I'd be like, hey, B minus is fine. Like I don't care. I'm gonna love you either way. I want you to be trying your best, and if B minus is your best, then that's what it is. You don't have to take honors classes if you don't want to or any of that, but you do it because you want to. I mean, he's into theater too, and I don't get involved in it whatsoever.
Right.
Like I say, if you want my help, I'm
But I'm not going to
here,
drive
but
you.
we'll have discussions about theory of acting, and I'll ask him how rehearsal was, but I'll never like get in between it because it's got to come from him.
Right.
You know, if he wants excellence, obviously he can ask me because I'll help him find it. But like, no, if this is just his fun hobby and he likes the way it's going, I'm not going to get involved in that.
Right.
He doesn't need to make the NBA for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know this jump shot.
Yeah. I know as a kid. Oh, my parents aren't going to listen to this. I love my parents. They're great. I'm actually going to see them on end of this week. I'm headed to Seattle for 3 weeks to house sit for my daughter, who's going on her honeymoon, and take care of the dog. So,
that's a nice trip.
Yeah. Work remotely. It'll be good.
Yeah.
But I'll see my parents. They're in their, I guess they qualify as mid 80s now.
Okay.
83 and 84. And but I remember bowling. We went bowling for your birthday. You've heard this story. You've heard this story. We went bowling for your birthday.
Yeah, it was very surprising. Oh my God!
And
Tim doesn't want to bowl.
Tim does not want to bowl because as a child we'd go bowling, and my father did it from a place of love. I know.
Sure.
But he thought he could give me tips and help me every time I'd fail. The response was, "Here's how you could have done it better," and I've shared this with him, so if he does listen to it, it's okay, and it has no impact on how much I love
you
him.
ruined my birthday. I just want you to know, Mr. Hubert, because I wanted Tim to bowl.
Yeah, no, it had no impact. I had a great time.
Good.
I enjoyed watching other people bowl and make mistakes, and was very happy.
I would have loved the tips at the time.
Yeah.
Was not a great day for me, to be honest. Was not a great day for me.
Yeah.
Anyways,
but the. It felt like excellence was demanded.
Yeah.
And I don't know, and I know now that it wasn't, and a lot of that was me having an inability to separate the tips from the expectation that was somehow required, right? My performance determined on how satisfactory I was as a child.
Yeah.
And that was implicit. That was never right. I've been to therapy. That was not a message that my parents were delivering, but a message that I somehow created for myself.
Right. But where does that come from, though? It doesn't just come out of a void, right?
I think no, I'm sure it doesn't, but it also comes out of me, so I'm not a void. So it comes out of, I was no. A desire to be liked, a desire to seek out approval.
Yeah.
Right. So I.
But where are the messages of like approval is good? You have to be seeing it somewhere. Look, I'm not blaming.
Yeah.
I'm not blaming your parents.
No. I know you're not. I know you're not.
But
I'm not.
Blame for sure.
Yeah, it's blame it on me because it's all me. Because I'm a mess.
75% is yours.
But
it's so sad though, Tim, that you say that you're a mess. You're like the most put together person I know. If you're a mess,
everybody's a mess. We're all messes, Matt.
Yeah, but you look nice.
Oh, thank you.
No.
Thank you. Well, I came
Tim
from
knows
church.
How to dress. There you go. I should have dressed
I love
church.
this. I love this time of year. It's layers.
I'm like, Tim's gonna expect me to just be in like normal casual wear. And then come and dress nice, and I was like, yeah.
No. It was like get here only a little bit late, or get here really late, and I chose to get here just a little bit late because that was more excellent than.
Yeah, but you're also comfortable in those clothes.
I am comfortable in these clothes.
Anyways, it ruined my birthday. I think we can just say that. Totally and completely. And Grady not wanting to bowl either. No, I think that's a really interesting thought and something that I would love to cover at a different time. Whatever this thing is that we get in us that creates a standard for us, that lets us in the void.
Sure. Right.
Put these points. I can't even think of how to articulate it.
But what drives us to expect a certain level of excellence in everything?
Yeah.
And not give ourselves enough grace to like not be good at something.
Yeah.
When we're more than willing to offer that grace to other people.
Yeah. Well, I mean, clearly I will do things and say things to others that I will not practice in my life at all in any way. I used to have a running thought of my perfection as a friend, and that's so been debunked in ways that I feel like really good about changing that standard for myself,
Yeah.
but not letting myself be walked over and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Anyway, we did it, Tim.
Did we do it?
Yeah, we did it. We did an hour's worth of talk.
It wasn't boring.
I don't think it was.
No,
thought
I
very,
think it was
very
interesting. I was enjoying it.
Yeah, I
was
was
enjoying
too.
it.
Well, thank you for joining us.
Yes, thank you for having me.
You're so invited back. I don't
Oh.
even have to let the group vote on it.
Okay.
You know, Grady
Thank
was
you.
sad to miss today, but he had
Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
And I think Claire was very much about, like, I want to be there when Tim's there. It's like,
So
well, you know,
I would
you
like
can't
to
live your
come
life
back.
then. You got to
No,
be
no.
dedicated to the podcast every week. No, they're both doing great things. So, anyways, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, absolutely.
This has been our episode on excellence, and there's going to be no fart noise. So,
I'm sorry.
goodbye.
Goodbye.
Oh, wow. Listen to that hope. The hope those two had in their voice that this election would go a different way. Oh, I can laugh now because the deep sadness inside me is eating away at my innards and stuff like that. I don't even have words, can't wrap my head around all of it. And I listen to the punditry, and some make sense. And I just think maybe it makes sense to just be angry for a little bit. Angry about choosing despair and grievance because you think the price of eggs are too high. I don't know. Anyway, that's our episode of Excellence. Yeah, again, I can't get over how hopeful those two young men were about things, the future. Doesn't mean that we can't still strive for excellence in our own lives. So I guess we have to continue to strive. Perfection, probably not possible. I think that it's the idea to strive for excellence, not always the achieving of it, I think is at the core of what we wanted to say. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed that episode. I hope you enjoyed Tim. I enjoyed Tim a ton. I think he's a thoughtful human being, and I loved sitting and having a chat with him. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed this episode about excellence of the Last Will podcast. If you like what you heard, rate, review, and subscribe. We can be found on Instagram at thelastwillpodcast.com. You can email me probably. I think it's Matt at thelastwillpodcast.com. And we are at thelastwillpodcast.com. I said that like 8 million times. The Instagram is just The Last Will Podcast. But anyways, I think I fumbled that whole ending here because I was too busy thinking about giving a shout out to my new friend in Long Island. Just want to give her a thumbs up. Thumbs up emoji to you. Anyways, as always, onward, forward,